Trending in China, where we dive into the latest buzz around the Chinese economy and beyond.
And Hangzhou has so much rich cultural content and historic legacies. So whether you seek a short stay or you stay for a couple of years, both can find a poetic life there.
It embraces everyone. The newcomers, even the people who are living there, they feel, oh, I own this city. Or there is the future for me. I can do something here.
The Hangzhou government is like a very patient but silent gardener. It offers the soil, water, and the sunshine to those what the plants are needed, but then it waited patiently for those seedlings to grow into very tall trees. And it's totally okay if they don't.
Meet people there, people are very confident, because if you come to the down north, people maybe doing some government jobs or maybe odd jobs. But in Hangzhou and all, they want to do their own job. They want to be their own boss.
Hello and welcome back to Trending in China. I'm Yolanda Lu, an economic reporter based in Beijing. After journeys through Fujian's mountain villages and Xinjiang's desert, we will continue our travel series in a city close to my heart, Hangzhou, the capital of Zhejiang province and the city that I was born in. So when people think of Hangzhou, they imagine the West Lake, the poets, and the silk umbrellas. But today, it's also about robot dogs and game developers shaking the world. With two special guests, let's explore how a city of silk and tea became China's silent tech powerhouse. So joining me here in the studio is Anil, a commentator from India who has visited Hangzhou many times as a China observer, and during which he has toured many technology companies there. Welcome, Anil.
Thank you.
And also we have Emma, a Beijing-based reporter who was born and raised in Hangzhou, who will share with us her local perspective today. Welcome, Emma.
Oh, hello, Yolanda. Hello, Anil. Thank you for having me today.
Hello, Emma.
Thank you. So my first question to you, Anil. So what was your first impression of Hangzhou? And you have been there many times. How has your impression changed over the years?
As I should say, I've been living in China for many years. So I visited many cities. So when I heard about Hangzhou, when you have Asian games there, when you have other sports events or anything else, I used to think it's just like a normal city in China. But when I visited there or when I reached there, my impression totally changed. I thought, wow, it's something different, People used to talk about this Xihu, the West Lake, internationally famous, and people who wants to enjoy their leisure time or want to have some to enjoy their life, they want to go there. But when I went there, I found, the youth of this city and even Zhejiang province, people are really hardworking. They're a little bit different than the other people, the people from other parts of China. So it impresses me a lot.
Okay, so Hangzhou is not only about West
Lake. It's very impressive. And I should say the way China is changing, it's remarkable. And the world should know that how China has changed for the last 40 years.
Yeah, of course. Hangzhou is also about technology maybe these days. So Emma, you are from Hangzhou. If you were to capture Hangzhou in 3 words, what would they be?
Well, the first word I should say is poetic.
Poetic.
Yeah,
nice.
But although you say that Hangzhou is more than West Lake, but the first thing comes to Hangzhou is always the beautiful sceneries, the beauty of nature. And, West Lake is not only about scenery. I grew up reciting all those great poems about the West Lake. And those great poets like Bai Jui or Su Shi, they have been the mayors of Hangzhou thousands of years ago. So we grew up in this poetic city, and those painters, this is where they found their inspirations. And Hangzhou has so much rich cultural content and historic legacies. So whether you seek a short stay or you stay for a couple of years, I think both can find a poetic life there.
Yeah, and there's a bridge that's named after Su Shi, right?
Su Di.
So iconic.
This is one of the legacies he left for Hangzhou.
So now poets are meeting engineers or they're like tech giants.
They're writing codes now, not writing poems. Right. So what are two words?
The second one, of course, is innovation. the recent tech boom, like we've talked about, and the e-commerce boom in the previous decade. I think they all speak about the spirit of innovation. And behind it, I think it's the entrepreneurship and a forward-looking mindset. The people of Zhejiang, not only Hangzhou, but people of Zhejiang, they know best about doing businesses. And when China started the reform and opening up, more than 40 years ago, we are one of the first people to engage in foreign trade and all those type of businesses. And now it proves that we also know how to embrace the technological advances.
Right.
And the third one, I think, is inclusiveness or harmony, like you speak. Because Hangzhou has, we has the very modern energy as well as its ancient charm, and there is magically a harmony between it. It is. I think Hangzhou is both friendly to the newcomers as well as locals, and it's widely open to both new ideas, new generations, but also it retains its traditional charm and the local lifestyle. For instance, I think young people in Hangzhou, they can find the best coffee shops and the best bars and the bubble teas, but like my mom and dad, like the older generations, they can always go to Longjing for a cup of green tea.
Yeah, actually, you talked about the coffee shops, and I've been one of the coffee shops when we were doing shooting. Yeah, you rightly mentioned that, like when I go to Shanghai or in the, the eastern part, I found a lot of coffee shops different than, but a little bit different than the Beijing. And when we go and sit and talk and you have coffee and you have different kind of feeling, you just walk on the street and you just found there are cafes there.
Yeah, the harmony is maybe not only between human nature, now it's also between the
technology
past and future.
Yeah,
right?
past and future.
Past
and
traditions.
And as you both of guys were saying, we should respect past as well, and also embrace the future, because the technology and even the tradition, when we talk about the modernization or the traditional values, both are equally important. But we have to understand when we have to they can coexist.
And how to balance them.
Yes, the balance is the key. And what I feel, what China have done, although maybe the Western world sees China differently sometime, but what I have witnessed through my own eyes, I found China has really preserved their own traditional values, as well as have accepted the modern things.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, because you visited a lot of companies, right, in Hangzhou, and how was your visit to these companies showed just this kind of harmony between the values and the innovations that you just talked about?
In fact, one of the companies I visited, I was taken there, was the Shining 3D company, and I read about it. It's we've been there, and they scanned my whole body, and within few minutes I was on TV.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was for me very surprising. They asked me, "Don't move, you just stand still,"
Right.
and it was really hard for me not to move, for a minute. But the scanner was just scanning me, when you do face detection and all. So within a minute, they did everything, and my whole 3D picture was on TV or on the laptop. You could see, and you could change it in any direction. You can make a 360 angle. It's amazing. When I was coming to this studio today, I was reading about what is this company actually. Then I found the 3D company, especially this company is founded in 2004. It's more like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it has been focusing on research and development. As we understand that China is the biggest investor, investing huge amount of money on R&D.
Yeah.
Right.
So Hangzhou is also the base. And this company also has their own main focus about research and development and innovation, like you mentioned just now. So I was really impressed. The guys were there very young. If you meet a Chinese person, you can't, when we see, don't judge a book by its cover. right?
Yeah.
But when I see Chinese people exactly like that, you don't understand. Maybe he's a tech guy or he's so intelligent. You just think he's a very genuine, like naive or simple guy. But these guys, dealing in codes and everything. Wow, internationally recognized company, and even the Western companies are buying their products.
Yeah, Hangzhou is
It's
home
really
to
remarkable.
so many famous companies and some like little known companies that you just mentioned, but of very high technology.
Recently, this DeepSeek, I think, it's from Hangzhou as well.
Yeah, that leads to our next question. I will ask Emma. So, Hangzhou has the so-called 6 dragons.
Yeah.
So, can you introduce us what are the 6 dragons and what makes Hangzhou the birthplace of this tech companies?
Oh, sure. The 6 dragons have been rocking China's tech sector since last year. And the first of them, of course, is DeepSeek, as everybody knows. And I think there's no need to introduce about it.
And everybody uses it every day.
Yeah. And the second one, I think, is Game Science. Game Science is the developer of the last year's 3A game, Black Myth Wukong. And it was hugely popular.
Right.
Around the world.
And the third one and fourth one, they are all about the robotics, the unitary robotics and deep robotics. And we've already seen the robots of the unitary on China's Spring Festival Gala, how how they dance, and those robotic dogs, how they do everything to serve the human beings.
Yeah, because I was in the supply chain expo like a couple of weeks ago, and I asked the people from Unitree, when will the robots do the chores for us? And they
you want to take their jobs, right? The tour guides.
They showed me a video of the robots putting the balls into the washing machine. So maybe like in a couple of years, maybe we can just leave the chores to the robots.
So can we buy a robot now?
Or we can
home,
invest,
like dishwashing, cleaning, right? Although we have like some robots, but it's not efficient as what we're talking about the robots.
Yeah, so it's really advanced.
Yeah, everything is possible. The way the world is shaping and the way the world is moving fast forward, and especially China.
Yeah, sure. You have two left, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are 2 others. The fifth one is Brainco, is a leader in brain-computer interface. And the last one is Cortec. Cortec is about spatial intelligence and design. I personally used their product called 酷家乐. It's a design software. When I was decorating my apartment, and many designers use it. It's very handy and very, very easy to use.
So we should use it.
Yeah, sure. So many like rising companies in Hangzhou. So it's definitely not a coincidence, right? So we will explore the reasons behind the rise of Hangzhou's tech giants later. So before we dive into the second part, can you tell me, like, on the streets, can you feel Hangzhou is a tech city? Like, what kind of hints do you see in Hangzhou, a really advanced city?
I think that the tech elements are everywhere.
Tech elements everywhere.
Yeah, like since the Asian Games in 2022, there are smart benches on the street. You just sit on the benches and put on the phone, and it started charging your phone automatically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's really magical.
Yeah, I wasn't aware about it. It's amazing. Yeah,
it's in part of the city, but maybe not every part of the city.
Yeah. I mean, it's
in the urban centers or something like that.
It's like science fiction. Like, to me, I have a feeling that whenever I go back to Hangzhou, I will see a lot of like the cars with green plates. It's maybe not a lot about technology, but it's about the green concept of the city, because it has so many new energy vehicles in China. Like, when the plate is green, it means that it's new energy vehicles. And
EV.
I feel that EV are like so many EVs on the streets. So that was my impression about Hangzhou, like, these days, even though I moved to Beijing when I was little. So a lot of changes happening. Okay. So Yeah, do you have anything to add to this part? Okay.
Actually, I agree with Emma, what she said. The way China has developed for the past 40 years, we have to definitely mention about it. And also the Asian Games, it was, I think in 2022 there was held there. And during that time, we saw on TV and all, like these kind of innovative products, or even what the innovative element was on the street, as she mentioned.
Right.
When you walk on the streets, probably it's sometime, because in China many cities are changing a lot.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's hard to guess, what's happening. You just, if you are not, not focused about the technology and all, you're just walking as a pedestrian, and you just don't care too much. But when you just want to see, wow, what tech changes are happening in the city, then you are kind of, you feel, wow, this is happening, that is happening.
Because sometimes you don't know what's the tech will do to our life.
Yeah.
But in Hangzhou, maybe it's
like for example,
every
now you go stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
Like the robots are, they're food delivery
food,
and
yeah.
all, knocking at your doors. And so it's also, gradually we have accepted it. We don't know how big change has happened, even you stay in a hotel.
Yeah, it's happening in everyday life.
Maybe I'm expecting in future probably, the room cleaner will be the robots and all, like, the ladies who comes to clean our rooms maybe will
be
change
robotic
that.
ladies.
So Anil, I want to ask you, so Hangzhou, many people, they already call it the Silicon Valley of China, although Shenzhen is also very strong in technology. So compared to the Silicon Valley and Shenzhen, like what kind of strengths or like the uniqueness of Hangzhou do you think that's in favor of its rising tech strengths?
Actually, as you said, even Emma had mentioned that 40 years ago, when China opened its door to the world, Hangzhou or even Zhejiang province was one of the first who accepted, or maybe they wanted to have foreign trade. Even because I've been to Ningbo and I found the Ningbo people also, they're very eager to do business. They're very enthusiastic and all. I mean, apart from religion, caste, and even they don't care about which country you comes from. You do business with them, you're okay. So, I mean, when you stay in Zhejiang province, you definitely find, although maybe in south, like Shenzhen is the tech hub, definitely.
Yeah.
But every city has its own charm and very, very diverse scenario, I should say. Because Hangzhou, mostly people talk about the traditional things in general. People talk about food. People talk about the lake, or even the Leifeng Tower, or even some world's longest canal there. In Hangzhou. But when you go there, like I have been to the tallest building of Hangzhou. It's, I think, 330 meters tall or 380 meters. I'm not sure, but it's the tallest in Hangzhou. And I've been on the rooftop of that building, and I could see how Hangzhou has transformed. Because, in many countries, still people are still talking about food safety, and people are talking about, giving basic facilities to the common people. But China has moved really fast. For the past 40 years, millions of people have been moved out of the poverty.
Yeah, and I think inclusiveness, as you just mentioned, is...
Yeah, it embraces everyone.
Embraces everyone.
The newcomers, even the people who are living there, they feel, oh, I own this city.
Yeah.
Or there is the future for me. I can do something here. Even I'm a small business entrepreneur, or I'm a small business person. I can think, I think it's possible. Maybe in 5 years, I will have my own company, blah, blah, these all things.
Yeah.
You're influenced by the Hangzhou DNA.
Yeah, actually, my friends my Hangzhou friends or people who live there, they always, tell me about this, wow, the Chuan. They are, yes, in Chinese, right?
Chuan.
Yeah.
They're like, even 1 o'clock at night, they're working. I mean, we in Beijing, I mean, it's very hard for us to think about, how people are working hard to be successful.
Yeah.
In other words, it's really hardworking, right?
Yeah.
Very hardworking. So Emma, I think any innovation can't live without the government support. So how has the local government in Hangzhou supporting the Six Dragons and technology companies there?
Well, to me, I think the Hangzhou government is like a very patient but silent gardener. It offers the soil, water, and the sunshine to those what the plants are needed. But then it waited patiently for those seedlings to grow into very tall trees, and it's totally okay if they don't. I think that's a very important point. And like Anil just mentioned, the 3D printing company started in 2004.
Right.
It takes like 20 years to come to this far. And I think it really requires patience from the government, the investors, and the people who started the company. And I think the Hangzhou government, it first, of course, it provides the money. Both money from the government funds as well as from those investors, like those venture capitals. In Hangzhou, there are they built like those VC villages.
Okay.
So they gather those VC capitals so that they can easily find a new project to invest, and there are green channels established by the governments to ease and to provide financing to those new projects. And of course, the government, I think they are more like problem fixers to those startups.
Yeah, because they have technology, they don't have money.
Yeah.
They have money, they don't have technology.
Yeah.
It's like win-win situation for both.
Yeah, and when you start a company, if you find anything that's troubling you, can come to the government and you can ask them if there's any solution.
Yeah,
for
if
that.
you need big help from the government.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may add, I have found some data, like in 2022, Hangzhou attracted 840 new foreign investment projects,
Wow.
including 97 valued at over $30 million and 29 worth over $100 million. And not only, we should talk about the technology, and like 14.2% increase has happened during that period, and that foreign investment, what they put money into, that was like $4.59 billion was in high-tech industry.
Wow.
That was in Hangzhou. And see the scale. I mean, even many countries are just cannot think about this,
Right. That's a vote of confidence, like
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
foreign investors.
And that hard work, what Chinese people have done, what your great leader Deng Xiaoping have done for you guys.
Yeah.
Now is the time for the you are enjoying the fruits.
Yeah. So talking about the people, that you talked a lot about the people in Hangzhou. So what defines the people shaping Hangzhou's tech scene?
I think each person is playing pivotal role in cities modernization, and because as a leader in AI and robotics, since engineers and entrepreneurs both have their importance to change the ecosystem of the city. So, I mean, like if you live in Beijing, if you think, oh, I can do something here, this city belongs to me, or I belong to this city. So you may have some ideas, like you are some small company, but you need some money or you need some fund. So you may go to the government, and the government may help you. So in this way, I mean, everybody has this secure and safe feeling that, oh, even I'm going to start a company, somebody is going to help me. Like she said, venture capitals, VCs,
Right.
there are many,
Right.
they have started a green channel. So if somebody needs help, so there are companies. You have ideas, you have technology, but you don't have the financial support. So there is financial support from the government and from these companies. So it's amazing feeling, when you meet people there, people are very confident, I mean, because if you come to the down north, people are doing maybe doing some government jobs or maybe odd jobs. But in Hangzhou and all, they want to do their own job. I mean, they want to be their own boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true. That's really
That's
true.
Maybe
Very
you
true.
you just see it, they have a small room, but in few years you think it's $1 million company.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have experience, like, I've been to this one laser printing company there. I met a guy, Chinese. He's the owner or boss of the company now. He studied and then worked in Germany for 10 years. He had some Indian colleagues there also. He told me he decided to come back. And when he came back like 10 years ago, that time he brought that company, that machine, the high-tech machine, laser printing machine from Germany. And the price was, he told me, 4x1. It's like a huge, you can tell me how much.
4 million.
R-
4 million.
RMB?
Yeah, 4 million
4
RMB.
million yuan.
And to my surprise, he said now China have started producing these machines and also delivering to Europe and to the many other countries, and the price has gone down drastically like 10 times. It's now only 10 times less than the actual price they used to buy, and the quality is exactly almost like what the German companies used to have. And even the German guys are buying the machine from them now.
Everywhere they go, they will find business opportunities.
Yeah.
They are not like sightseeing. They are looking for ways to make money.
And he said, because of this now, China is already having like a big boom in this sector as well.
Right.
Because when you prices go down this much, so you can see how much profit you have.
Yeah. And I think thanks to the powerful manufacturing, the
China
supply chains and production chains.
Right.
There's a huge role of these supply chains, manufacturing, because Chinese government used to even give subsidies to those guys who are doing export, import, and all.
Because to your point, I think Hangzhou's success is not its own, right? Because there are a lot of adjacent cities like Wenzhou, and Yiwu. They are in Zhejiang. There are a lot of cities in Zhejiang that has strong manufacturing power. So whenever the Hangzhou tech companies, they have an idea, the manufacturing,
what they invent can always be produced.
Yes, you're right. You're right. You have idea, and then it can be produced. And people may ignore, small cities, but when you talk about Yiwu, people will forget about Hangzhou. And China is like this. When you go to Shenzhen and you forget about Guangzhou. It's like this. Every city has its own special charm and special, quality that you love to be in there. And you feel very safe because if you want to do any business.
So what other cities in Zhejiang you have visited?
Actually, I wanted to go to Wenzhou, like you mentioned, but I couldn't go there. But I heard a lot. Wenzhou people are very rich, and there are some mines. I heard. I'm not sure exactly what Wenzhou is about, but it's. I heard like people are doing business there, and also rich people. But I've been to Ningbo. Close to Hangzhou, and that's also I feel I've been there in the summertime. It was super hot, but people. I went to one of my friends' office, and he was doing. They have electrical company. They are producing some switches and all. They have been exporting to many other countries. So what impresses me most is that, like what I say, Chinese people are in general very hardworking. I was reading some article somewhere from written by an Indian writer that he said, I went to China to buy some products, and at night we were having meeting with them, and we had dinner and we drank and all, and then we said we were ready to buy their products. So he said, "Oh guys, you ready?" The boss gave a phone call to the manufacturing plant. The guy, and at the night around 1 or 2 o'clock, he said, "Oh, we already started making your products."
Oh my God!
Yeah, and he said maybe he's just kidding, right? He said, "Oh, I want to see that." So within few minutes, the boss and the other friends took him to the manufacturing plant, maybe a few kilometers away from there. And to his surprise, the guys were working, and he said the engineers were not tired. 2 o'clock, and he said, "I love doing this," and he was trying to fix the problem.
Wow. You have to always be one step ahead to be successful, I guess.
When people talk about China, it's see how, these are minute details, how it works.
Details.
Because when you want to be lazy, you can't do these all things.
Yeah, and Hangzhou is also a very livable city, right, Emma? So how does the lifestyle, you mentioned about the Longjing Tea and the West Lake, so how has the lifestyle become a secret weapon in attracting and retaining the talent in Hangzhou?
To me, I think it provides a kind of work-life balance.
Right.
And when you can always find nature, like parks or hills or rivers, and lake is like 5 to 10 minutes walk away from your workplace or your home. I think it's very attractive.
Yeah.
And like in Liangzhu is one of the
it's
suburban
about history,
areas.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's about history and it's about the environment. It's where nowadays many programmers would live together. And it's a very quiet suburban area, and they always gather together, and they can focus on programming and not thinking about anything else.
Yeah, the housing price must be high over there.
Not really high. They have government subsidies.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, because I heard podcasts about some programmers talking about leaving Beijing or Shanghai and move to Hangzhou because the home rent is much lower from Shanghai and Beijing. Yeah.
There was a time in Hangzhou that the housing price was actually higher than Beijing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a time because originally, like I was born in Hangzhou, right? And Hangzhou, the local people, they are kind of like proud of their high housing prices.
Yeah.
So when I traveled to Hangzhou with my classmates in high school, because I moved to Beijing when I was little, so my high school classmates, they are all from Beijing. So they just the people from Hangzhou, they just brag about the housing price.
Hangzhou is one of the first cities who saw home prices soaring.
Yeah.
In the early 2000.
Yeah. So there was a time that Hangzhou's price.
Yeah, that's the reason because
higher.
Hangzhou, you said one of the first cities in China that did try trade with foreign companies or have open its door.
Yeah. So okay. So for our listeners, our foreign listeners, they want to plan a trip to Zhejiang. What's your tip, Emma? Maybe like for them, maybe they can choose Hangzhou as the first stop, and what kind of other cities they may visit afterwards.
Well, first I think I will recommend Wuzhen.
Wuzhen.
Yeah, Wuzhen is the very historic water town. Some people would say that's the Venice in the east, and it's only like 2 hours drive away from Hangzhou. And you can see those. It's built entirely on a water network, and you can see those traditional wooden houses lining those small canals, and you can take a boat to see the local life and the local crafts.
Like Suzhou also have like that kind of houses.
It's a bit like more it's smaller and more
different than Suzhou.
A bit different.
Okay.
Yeah. And Wuzhen is also the it's permanent host of the World Internet Conference.
Well, I was about to say this because I said, I know this name, I know this city. Because, even last year, every year they're hosting the internet conferences there.
Every year.
So
it's also a blend of the new and the tradition.
Yeah, so wherever you go in China, you have something new.
Yeah.
And there are also those old water towns like in Zhejiang. They are not far away from Hangzhou, like Shaoxing or Nanxun or Xitang.
Shaoxing Keqiao.
Keqiao is famous for its manufacturing.
Textile.
Many foreign
textile,
companies.
Right?
Even I know some few Indian friends living there, staying and doing business there in Keqiao.
Do you have any tips like for foreigners? As a foreigner, your perspective.
I should say what I love, the Leifeng Tower.
Leifeng Tower.
It's really amazing. I mean, last time I've been to Xihu as well, but I found when you just climb top of this Leifeng Tower, and you could like breathtaking view of the West Lake around, and you feel like the breeze is blowing and you just enjoying yourself. You can if you want to have some calm or peaceful time, you should go, although it's when you don't visit during the summer holidays when most of people go there, but you could change your schedule. But not only that, I feel the longest canal, what I read about, it's also very interesting. It's in Hangzhou as well.
Longest
Jinhang Dayunhe.
Yes.
It's the canal connecting Beijing and
leads to
Hangzhou.
Beijing.
Yeah.
So do you know the folklore behind the Leifeng Tower? It's about a snake.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it? Because it's a long story.
It's a long story, but you can find it.
And technology is there also in Leifeng Tower. For example, you just maybe 20, 30 years ago, you have to climb the stairs, and now you have these escalators.
Yeah.
You could go up to the this Leifeng Tower. Even inside, you have lifts. To reach the top.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
This is
I should go
effortless.
there again.
Yes, I saw the young people, even the parents, kids who are very excited when they were at the top of this tower, and they were like, they were sitting for hours. People didn't want to go because the weather in city is usually hot, but
Yeah.
when you go to the tower, and that area is surrounded by forest and a lot
Then
of
you can get a great view of
yeah, great view, and you have, I think there are pagoda as well nearby.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. I feel.
Would you consider to move to Hangzhou in the future?
Yeah, if I get a chance, I would love to go to Shanghai or Suzhou or Hangzhou, somewhere there. Close to my heart, as you said. That's
Yeah,
also close to
yeah.
my heart.
Yeah, sure. I want to come back too. And
Maybe after retirement.
after
Yeah,
retirement, a city to retire.
Yeah.
And Emma, so I have a question on policy. So China has recently had this Central Urban Work Conference, which is actually a very important conference because the central authorities haven't had this meeting in almost a decade. So how is this conference affecting cities in China, and especially Hangzhou?
I think the meeting has designed what Chinese urban construction will be in the future decade. And first of all, it asks to build high quality houses, and you have to high quality urban areas.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's what Hangzhou's advantages is because it is sitting by a lake.
Yeah.
It's like living in a park, a big park. And I think Hangzhou's future development, like its tech advancements, can help it building like those digital technologies to shape the future buildings and how to greener buildings, like to preserve more energy and to cut less emission.
Right.
Yeah, I think
carbon emission.
Yeah, I think
That's interesting.
These are the future directions that can be.
Yeah, it also stressed people-centric cities, people-centered cities. So, yeah, maybe
Yeah, what people
more
want from
livable
their
city.
government. So you should move
Hangzhou.
back.
Yeah, I
we
should move
call
back.
brain gain, you know.
Yeah, Emma and
The
I
brain
should
drain
both-
has happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we need brain gain. Hangzhou.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so our quiz time. I have 3 questions for you. You can maybe take a guess. The first one about Hangzhou's home price that we just mentioned. So, it does rank among the highest, but what's exactly the rank
In China,
in China?
maybe.
Take a guess.
You mean the top cities? Are you talking
Yeah,
or
the top city, the
means
top,
all,
you mean
all over
top
country?
ranking cities over the country.
Maybe I
In
guess.
recent years,
Yeah, I will cite the data from this year, maybe.
Maybe 10.
I'm on top 10, but not sure if it's in top 5.
It is the 6th of China.
Yeah.
Of course, Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, and also Guangzhou.
Yes,
They are
four-
the
four-
first
four-
tier
four.
cities, right?
Yeah.
They have higher home prices. But another city that's surprisingly has a higher home price. That's Xiamen.
Oh, Xiamen, wow.
Xiamen. Like
Xiamen
in-
is also a beautiful city.
Yeah, beautiful. I've been
city.
there.
Yeah. We talk about it in our previous episode.
Gulangi.
Yeah, in our
Amazing.
Trending in China series. So, okay. So the second question, how much of Hangzhou's economy runs on digital technology? You can give me a percentage.
Do you have the options?
I would say like 20%,
Definitely not
30%,
20%.
30% and 40%.
You mean out of their GDP?
Yeah, also GDP.
I think 20%.
But
I'll bet on 40.
actually, it's in the middle. It's
Oh.
around 29%. It's around 29%. So 28.8.
You have selected
Closer
very
to 20.
interesting questions.
Yeah, that's really hard. It's really hard. But the final one is an easy one. Name the visually groundbreaking game from Hangzhou that took the world by storm.
Asian games?
Yeah, it's a video game.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about the
Yeah.
video
Yeah.
game. Well, you mentioned just a
Yeah,
few
you
minutes
mentioned
ago.
Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah,
Black Myth Wukong,
yeah, got it
yes.
right. Okay, okay. So the 3 questions for you. Before we end, do you have anything to add about Hangzhou and about our topic today?
Yeah, I should say Hangzhou is an amazing city, and whoever gets time should visit there. Even I've been to Xiaoshan. You know, the theme of the Xiaoshan was when you are young, you should visit Xiaoshan. So I should say when you are young, you should visit Hangzhou.
Xiaoshan is a district.
It's district in Hangzhou. It's near the airport, and it's also developing very fast. What was striking that they are also following the innovative ideas, and also they want the young people should be a part of that system, like the ecosystem. Because when we talk about tech giants and all, the young people are they are crazy for their future. They want to develop something new.
Right.
Yeah. So it's amazing.
Do you have anything to add? Maybe just final thoughts.
I really want to go back to Hangzhou.
Please take me with you.
Let's go.
I'll go
So let's
with
go
you.
all of three.
Yeah. Okay. So in Hangzhou, the past is never silenced by the future. It is here by a lake that has mirrored dynasties, that today's pioneers write code instead of poems. They still chase beauty, just in a digital form. This is a city teaching us that innovation needs roots, and that tomorrow belongs to those who honor yesterday. I'm Yolanda Liu with Trending in China. So until next time, bye-bye.
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 See you next time.
Thank
See you next time.
Thank you.